Hi, I want to welcome you to this page. And if you're here, you probably have something in you that feels unseen. There's probably a part of you that is scared that you're not doing enough, that feels like you're worrying about so many different things. Questions yourself as a spouse or a parent or a son or a daughter or a business partner or a boss or an employee, and just feels there's got to be more to your life, and you feel entangled. And I wanted to just connect with you and tell you I understand that feeling. And even though I don't know the specifics of your circumstance, I know what that feels like, to just feel there's something about the way life is presenting itself that doesn't feel like the whole story. I know that feeling of feeling like everyone feels like they got their stuff together and I feel a little separated, or I feel like, what about actually living this life fully, or creating in a certain way, or playing, or just actually laughing and having fun and not spending every waking moment worried about politics or football game or what someone thinks of you, or thinking who you are is how much money you make, thinking who you are is based on, whatever, what people think about you, what your boss thinks about you, what your job is, what you achieve. I got to achieve a lot of the things I wanted to in my life. I got to achieve being a professional stand-up comic and getting to do movies and date amazing people and make good money and even write a book that did really well. And I can tell you that that experience taught me that who I am is not what I achieve, because even those things were exciting, there was still something in me that goes, now we got to get more. Or it thought, who I am is this thing, so this thing better not leave me because then I'm not enough. And I'm so thankful that I got to experience those things, because they taught me that that's not the answer to life. It doesn't mean I can't achieve things. It doesn't mean I can't have abundance or create amazing things, but that does mean that doesn't define me. And if you're here, you're trying to find who you are. And I know what that feels like, because I've done it my whole life. And at the top of my comedy career, I let go of that and decided to do something that was really scary and create something based on a calling inside of myself. And something in me said, what if you combine transformation and comedy? And my ego was so scared. It said, no one's ever done it this way. And then my heart went, yeah, no one's ever done it. Let's do it. And so for the last 5 years, we've been doing these huge events called Evolving Out Loud. It's in a huge theater, and I never know what I'm going to say. And I just try to let my truth come through. And I get out of the way and just allow this stuff to come through. And I find the more that my little story gets out of the way, the more my limitation gets out of the way, the more amazing things happen. And these events turn out to be this combination of almost like improv meets total truth, meets living in the moment, meets playing, meets letting go of things that in our lives that no longer serve us, but keep our old limitation story alive, letting go of those things and stepping into our greatness. And I've felt more fulfilled, and I feel like I'm getting to be who I actually am. And of course, when you feel something really exciting about you in any part of your life, you have this deep-rooted desire for other people to know it. You have this calling in you that you see someone feel like they're in a prison that they don't have to be in, and you have this urge that I have to show you that you have this ability. And the second you realize that, you'll want to help people around you. And you start to realize that's the only way we can actually change the world, when we live from here on out versus outside in. And so we do these events. And these events are the truest expression of myself. And when the audience hears these events, they hear and feel that I'm speaking from here and not here. And they feel themselves move into their here. They move into their heart. They move into their truth because I'm speaking from here. So they hear it from here. And the events are crazy. And the byproduct is you start to live from here, which can be really scary because it's the death of here. But you start to lose what this thing is bringing. You start to lose the fears, the worries, the anxieties, the stress, the addictions, all of those things because you're starting to become what you are here. And the limitation game is designed to move us to here, where we know our truth is. This where that calling is that says, let's move to that country, or let's write the book, or let's ask that person out, or let's leave this non-fulfilling job and find what's on the other side. And it's this calling inside of us. But we're scared to move there because it would be the death of what we think we are here. And this is just a habit. It's not what we are. It's a habit that we learn. I got to stay this small story because I'll get love from my parents this way, or I won't be abandoned by that person if I stay here. And then we keep this limitation that says I'm this little amount of money that I make, or I'm this job that I hate, and I'm not going to give my entire gift to the world because I'm going to stay in this small thing. So the limitation game is one of our Evolving Out Loud events that we did a year ago. And it was so awesome. And it was so from my heart. And we decided to make a video series out of it. And I had this thing in my body that said, what if we made that series so unbelievable and worth thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars and just sold it for 20? Just gave everyone that wants an opportunity to connect to this place to have it. So that's what we're doing. The Limitation Game Interactive is a combination of the entire Limitation Game event, clips from other events that haven't been released on YouTube or anything, and then me coming in and out of the videos, working with you one-on-one, giving you exercises that help you move to this truth of what you are and let go of all these things that you're not, and find love for those things, find help for those things, find a way to be seen in all of you so that you can bring what you truly are to the world, not only for you, for the people around you. You know, there's so many excuses that we have to not do something, and I've learned that those things are actually often the reason we have to. I had a daughter this last year and realized I have to live in my heart to show her that she can. At times when I go, I don't have enough time to do that, then I go, I have to live in my heart so that I only do what I want to do in this one life. Because we all have the same amount of time. But are we spending it just flipping through the internet? Are we spending it watching the news? Are we spending it stressing about things that we don't need to stress about? Or are we spending that time, every moment, aware that it's temporary and really moving from a place of unbelievable, moving from a place of joy, moving from a place of truth, and getting to have an unbelievable life? So if you're here, I just want you to know in a non-corny way that I see you. If you're here, I want you to know I know what it feels like. If you're here, I want you to know that I really, truly appreciate you and I see you. And if you want to step into more of what you are, we've made the Limitation Game Interactive $20. And if you pick it up, you can pick it up and watch it with your friends, your family. You can do it alone, whatever you want to do. But I promise you, it's hours and hours and hours of inner work so that you can take your soul to the gym, so that you can take your heart to the gym, so you can take your truth to the gym and actually work on you. Most people don't work on themselves. They work on their bank accounts, they work on their circumstances, but they don't actually look at this thing under all of that that's running all of those things. And then there's no foundation, and those things often fall back to the old way. And this is about you leaving the matrix, learning how amazing you are by not only watching, but actually participating, doing the exercises, and actually discovering new truths about yourself and how many of the limitations that you have inside of you are actually not true, that are just a game that you have habitually held on to for years so they feel like they are true. That's what this is. The release of that through acceptance, through love. And it's also fun, and it's also funny. I believe transformation can be totally true and totally serious while simultaneously being really fun and really funny. We are here to play, and I believe there's a dimension inside of us that allows us to play and relax while simultaneously accomplishing and getting so many more things done. You don't have to have one or the other. I believe you can have it all. And I think a thing that people say a lot that stops them from having it is, it's too good to be true. And that sentence makes you unable to receive so many amazing things. If you live with it's too good to be true, you could have the love of your life show up and think, that's too good to be true, I'm not gonna have it. Don't let that belief system enter you anymore. Allow yourself to receive all of those callings that are showing up, all the amazing things that you are, the gratitude for the life that you have, the fact that you have the internet and have the ability to watch this video, and feel free to join us in the Limitation Game Interactive. Your life will be completely different afterwards, and you are going to feel a connection to yourself that you've never felt before. Welcome.